Uh, hey guys, welcome to this speedrun of Plants vs. Zombies at 80%. I'm a one-eyed deacon. Uh, Plants vs. Zombies is a wonderful game. You can get it for free on your phone, or you can buy it for $5 on Steam or $1 if it's on sale. First thing we'll do is we'll create a new file. Let's call it ESA practice. And what any percent entails is completing all 50 adventure mode levels. So we'll get started. The timing does not start yet. I'll let you know when the timing starts. It's kind of a backstory. What Plants vs. Zombies is you are the owner of a house, and what you're trying to do is defend your house from a bunch of zombies that are trying to eat your brains. In order to do this, what we're going to do is plant a variety of plants that will stop them. The first plant that we are allowed to plant is something called a pea shooter. So the gimmick with these plants is that they cost a certain amount of sun. We start every level with 150 sun, so this gives us enough sun to afford to plant this pea shooter, which is 100 sun. Timing will start once I plant the first pea shooter. So 3, 2, 1, go. And what you'll see is that sun will drop out of the sky. As we collect more, we'll be able to actually plant another pea shooter. So right now we have 100 sun, so we can plant another pea shooter here. This level, so the zombies spawn in waves. So this is the first wave, which only has one zombie. This level has 4 waves. This is the second one. 3 of the waves have one zombie, and there's a final wave with 2 zombies. And so you can see that this pea shooter, it shoots a projectile, and I'm planting the pea shooters very close to the zombies just so the projectiles take less time to hit. It actually ends up saving maybe like a quarter second per tile. So once we kill the last zombie, we're able to advance on to the next level, and we have unlocked a new plant, which is the sunflower. Oops. So the sunflower, what it does is it lets us it creates sun beyond what just drops out of the sky. So if we spend some initial time investment planting sunflowers, then we're going to be able to afford more expensive plants later on. So we'll be able to have more pea shooters. And then this level is a good opportunity to kind of also show something called the 50% rule. So what the 50% rule is as you saw, zombies come in waves, and what we can actually do is advance the next wave by dealing 50% of the damage to the current wave. So if I put out this pea shooter here, once the zombie gets hit 7 times, so this is 5, 6, 7, then we've activated the 50% rule. And the next zombie will spawn in. So we'll do that again. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the next zombie will spawn in. Probably here. The next wave will also trigger if you wait 25 to 31 seconds. So we'll see that in action a bit later at the next level. But here we're going to just try to plant our pea shooters, activate 50% rules kind of as quickly as possible. And then the exceptions to the 50% rule are the wave before this huge wave. You have to kill every zombie before then, and then obviously the final wave, you have to kill every zombie. Oh, this is unfortunate luck. It's okay though. So here now, after 1, 2, we unlock the next plant, which is the cherry bomb. The cherry bomb basically kills all zombies in a 3x3 area. And so I mentioned before that you can advance the next wave by waiting 25 to 31 seconds in the level, so we're going to actually make use of that here, because another mechanic in this game are these things at the back called lawnmowers. Casually, you try to avoid using lawnmowers. They're kind of a backstop in case a zombie gets to the end. These lawnmowers will kill the current zombie and any other zombie that spawns in that same row. But what we're going to actually do in this run is try to use our lawnmowers offensively. So we're going to actually try to have the lawnmower kill this zombie, and then any zombie that spawns in behind it to get a faster 50% rule. And while we're doing this, we're going to be planting a lot of sunflowers, which will let me afford this pea shooter, and then also afford like any further pea shooters later on in the level. So I want to really get use out of the lawnmower. I don't think I will. Yeah, just barely missed it. Up in the stream the other day, my internet died. So this level also introduces the Conehead, which are very slow to kill. They take, so a normal zombie requires 10 pea shots to kill. The Conehead requires 28, so using our cherry bomb there is a much faster way of killing it. So you can see here, this Conehead is going to take a while to kill with just the pea shooters. So what we'll do here is stack our pea shooters. And then this final wave. So this final wave, the zombies are going to spawn in this in these 3 rows. What we're going to do is save up for our cherry bomb, and we'll wipe out the entire final wave immediately. And so now what we've done here is we've unlocked the walnut. So the walnut, casually, what you usually do is you use it to protect your plants from getting eaten. But what we're going to do in this run, actually, you'll see it a lot, is we're going to use our walnut to actually stall zombies right in front of the lawnmower, and then hopefully use that lawnmower later to kill a zombie and get a better 50% rule. And one other thing I forgot to mention is that whenever you activate a lawnmower, no zombies will spawn in that row for the next 2 waves. So what we're going to try to do here is this level, it's going to have 10 waves before it's over. What we're going to try to do is activate the lawnmowers on the top and bottom by the either on the 8th wave or the 9th wave. And what that will let us do is constrain the final wave so that it will only spawn in the middle 3 rows, and then we can just kill them all with a cherry. So that's the general strategy for this level. It doesn't always work out because the RNG doesn't always work out. So for example, I planted this pea shooter right here because I was actually hoping that it would get eaten, so that we could make use of this lawnmower. Alright, so here, so here I'm gonna definitely want to stall out this zombie because this is the 7th wave right now. And then I'm gonna maybe try to hope that this conehead eats both of these pea shooters. It might not, because these pea shooters are a bit far. This one's a little farther back. I think it'll only eat the first one. So this is the worst thing that could happen for the 9th wave. Yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, so now we're gonna only have zombies in the 4th, in the bottom 4 rows. So what I'm gonna try to do is stack pea shooters on the bottom, and then Sherry up here. And then unfortunately I didn't get the right spawn, but we'll just stack a lot of pea shooters here, and it'll eventually kill this guy. So the next level, so this is Crazy Dave. He's our next door neighbor. He's going to be selling us a lot of upgrades, but he does give us this shovel for free, which is going to let us dig up our plants, which is actually very helpful. We'll see later how helpful it is. And so now we're doing 1.5, which is walnut bowling. So here we have 2 plants. We have the regular walnut and the exploding walnut. I haven't really gotten any exploding walnuts. Basically, the exploding walnuts have a 15% chance of showing up. You want as many of them as possible, but sometimes you don't get them. It's one of the RNG points in the run. It's a bit annoying. I think that this isn't going to trigger the 50% rule. Okay, well, we have to do this. So I usually want to save these exploding walnuts for bigger waves like this one. You get a lot more value out of these walnuts. Alright, I'm gonna use this and hope that I get another exploding walnut. But yeah, now I've used the bottom 2 lawnmowers, so ideally, if I got an exploding walnut, I would just use it to kill everybody in the top 3 rows, which I did. Oops. One of the guys was a little slow, but that's okay. Yeah, and so that's 1.5. After doing 1.5, we unlock something called the potato mine. The potato mine, so there are a couple types of plants. So there's the cherry bomb and the potato mine. We call these instants because they'll instantly kill any zombie. What the potato mine does is it'll kill any zombie that walks into it, but it takes 15 seconds to arm. The zombie will just eat that plant if it's not armed, but if it is armed, that potato mine will blow up and the zombie will die. So you're going to see this pattern a lot where we plant 3 sunflowers and then the potato mine. Basically, if I plant the potato mine now, it's going to arm by the time the next zombie spawns in. And we're going to hope to have some higher hit point zombies walk into that and die quickly and get us a good 50% rule. So here we'll I think that might be too late. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, so this level also introduces these pole vaulters. These pole vaulters are very fast, which is a very big problem, but they will jump over the first plant that sort of is in its way. And then after that, it only takes like 10p shots to kill, so it's might have wanted to be a little more patient with this. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this zombie head off to the mower. And so the nice thing about the shovel also is that it lets us dig up walnuts. And so the ability to dig up our walnuts lets us hold off a zombie at the lawnmower so that we can get a better 50% rule later. Okay. Oh, I should have probably cherried up here. And this last zombie gets killed by the lawnmower. Okay, so 1-7, this is our first 2 flag levels, so before there were only 10 waves of zombies. Here they're going to be 20, so 10 waves is what's called 1 flag. Here we unlock the Snow Pea, which is basically a pea shooter, but more expensive, and it slows down zombies, so it's generally a double whammy of bad things. It's too expensive to use generally, but we have to use it here, so what we're going to use it as kind of like an alternate pea shooter when the pea shooter is on cooldown. And here you're going to see us plant a lot of sunflowers, because what we're going to try to do is plant a lot of pea shooters. So we're going to try to aim for about 15 sunflowers here. I think this might arm in time. We'll see. Yeah. So I'll cherry bomb this guy. It's a little bit faster. This is... I think that this was a mistake. I don't think I played this right. Oh, whoops. And these 9th waves, you need to kill every zombie, so we're going to try to do that here. And when you have pole vaulters, a good resource is to use use a sunflower in order to jump it. But yeah, otherwise this level doesn't have too much going on, so this is actually would be generally a good donation reading time. And so here I'm going to use this snow pea as kind of an alternate pea shooter. Okay, and that's 1-7. So after 1-7, we get to 1-8, which introduces the Chomper. So the Chomper is also an instant. The nice thing about it is that it'll eat any zombie in front of it, and it has a 7.5 second charge or second cooldown. The only issue is that it does cost 150 sun, which is a lot. It's more expensive than a pea shooter. And it will take 42 seconds to chew after it eats a zombie, which means that you can't really reuse it. So what we're going to do in this level is plant a ton of sunflowers and try to kind of get enough sunflowers so that we can chomper almost every wave kind of in the second half of the level off cooldown. You want to target at least 10 sunflowers on this level usually, so we also usually plant them in a kind of a fairly long row, either 5 or 6. I'm going to dig this up so that I can hopefully use this lawnmower later on. Okay. The reason why this chomper is nice is because this level introduces a zombie called a buckethead. Bucketheads are very powerful zombies, and they usually take about 64 pea shots to kill. But if we use the chomper, we'll kill them immediately. So, we'll chomper it, and then then for this next wave, we should have enough for another chomper here. Oh, didn't realize that this was coming back. Yeah, so we'll let the lawnmower kill this guy. Yeah, so that's a 1-8. 1-9 introduces us to the repeater. It's basically a pea shooter that it shoots 2 peas in the same amount of time as a regular pea shooter, so it's going to now become our staple firepower plant. We're going to be using it a lot in this run. but it only takes up 1 square, so the space efficiency is much better for it. But it does cost twice as much sun, so these are very expensive plants. As such, what we're going to do in this level is try to plant a lot more sunflowers than we were before. I think I'll just put this here. And what we're going to try to do is let 2 of these waves be kind of slow. We would normally let 2 waves go to the lawnmower, although this spawn means that I can't use this lawnmower because I really don't want my sunflowers to get eaten. And then this guy we will let go to the lawnmower. So then this third zombie, we're going to throw a repeater in front of it. And so you're going to see that this zombie's going to actually get killed pretty quickly. So repeaters at the start are on a regular zombie are pretty good for 50% rules. I'm going to walnut this thing. I'm gonna stick a repeater here. It's good to have long-term firepower in this level. We'll let this be a repeater as well. Okay. And then every time I use a lawnmower, I'm going to usually try to put a potato mine there so that, because it's, it'll always arm by the time, like, the next zombie spawns there. Alright. And then we'll, chomper this. Okay, swave, little cherry. And then basically now what we've done is we planted about 20 sunflowers, we have 1 column of repeaters, and now what we're going to try to do is chomper every high hit point zombie in the remainder of this level. We're going to basically be spamming these chompers off cooldown. Alright, that cherry bomb might have been a mistake. I'm not going to have the cherry bomb back in a reasonable amount of time. Okay, so that's 1-9. So next up we'll do 1-10. So 1-10 is a conveyor level again, kind of like walnut bowling, but when you have more than 2 plants in the conveyor, and the plants here are all of the plants that were unlocked during the first world, which is day. Basically, if you have three plant of the same plant on the conveyor, then the chances of that plant spawning in again drops to 5%, and if you have 4 of that plant on the conveyor, it drops to 1%. So you can do this to do little bit of RNG manipulation for this, where we try to let these walnuts stack up on the conveyor. And what this will do is basically make it less likely for walnuts to spawn. Which is good, because we want this level to give you repeaters and, most importantly, cherry bombs. So chomper this will be a little bit faster. And yeah, so what you want is a bunch of cherry bombs in this level. That's usually the ideal. Sometimes you don't get it. Like, I'm not really getting a lot of cherry bombs here. And what you really want, though, is you really want to have 2 cherry bombs for the 9th wave, because you need to kill 100% of the zombies in the 9th wave in order to get to the final wave. It's going to be really... But this is going to be really slow, though, if I just wait. So I'm going to kind of hope that I get a good cherry later on. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna not use this cherry. Plant a couple of potato mines. Hopefully they arm in time for this 10th wave. Otherwise, yeah, what we're gonna try to do is let these walnuts build up. Also usually let the potato mines build up. Try to plant our firepower and try to use cherries whenever we can. But make sure that we still have some for later. I'll let this guy go to the potato mine. That'll be a 50% rule. This is 5. Otherwise, yeah, this is also probably a good donation point. Buckethead. Okay, there we go. And now I don't really have any cherries, so what I'm going to try to do is, hopefully if I get 1 cherry, then it'll work out. Okay, that was a good ending to that level, even without any cherries. So now that so we've completed all 10 day levels, so now the zombies have given up attacking us in the day in our front yard, so now they're going to attack us at night. The issue with night is that basically we no longer get sun drops out of the sky, which means our sun production is going to be severely hampered. But as to kind of compensate for it, they give us this amazing plant, which is the puff shroom. The puff shroom is basically a pea shooter, but it has a limited range. It only has a range of 3 tiles, which isn't that big of a deal. We can just plant our puff shrooms really close to the front. And then the other nice thing about the puff shroom is that it's actually completely free. It doesn't cost any sun in order to use it. This makes this plant completely broken. It's one of the best plants in the game. This level also introduces the newspaper zombie. Newspaper zombie, basically the guy is reading, is doing a Sudoku puzzle, reading it upside down, but we'll see him. And then once you destroy the newspaper, the zombie gets really mad, and then starts running really fast at you. So we'll hopefully see this very soon. It's a guaranteed on the 6th wave, it can't happen earlier. So another thing about this game is that there's something called money. We use this to basically buy stuff from our neighbor Crazy Dave. It's actually really important to get money in this run. There's a particular plant that we really want. It makes the later levels much faster. We'll see that. And part of the fun of running this game is getting bad money paces and having your run die because of that. Alright, and then in night levels, it's always, these last waves are always very tricky, because you basically want to find a really good cherry bomb spot, and so my cherry bomb spot is going to probably be in the bottom here, to kind of clear out this, and then you kind of try to hope that the rest of the zombies are cleared out in a reasonable amount of time. So, but yeah, that's 2-1. So you noticed that so now this game introduces the Sun Shroom, which is basically the nighttime version of the Sunflower. The Sun Shroom is actually very nice because it costs less, it produces less sun overall, but then at the start, but it'll eventually grow into the same size as a sunflower and produce the same amount of sun as the sunflower. So overall, the Sun Shroom is really good at the beginning of levels in order to get more sun production out. But here in this level we also take Sunflower. The reason why is this is a 2-flag level with a lot of cone heads and bucket heads. And what we want to be able to do is afford a lot of chompers in the second flag. Because this is a 2-flag level. And so what we're going to do is basically try to plant 4 columns of sun plants. And get a column of repeaters out, and then try to chomper as many waves as possible. So what we're going to do is to alternate cooldowns between the 2 sun plants. By the time you get about 6, now we're able to alternate the cooldown here. Alternate cooldown and get 2 sun plants out right there. The other thing in this game is that there are these, at nighttime, you have these graves that pop up. These graves can, basically the way that the grave RNG works is, the way the grave RNG works is that basically every column in a given level can have a certain number of graves in it. So like this 9th column can have 2 graves, this 8th and 7th have 1 grave. And what you usually don't want is you don't want 3 graves like this stacked on top of each other. That's usually means the level's going to be very slow because it takes a lot longer. You're not able to chomper any cone heads that are there, which is a problem usually. So I'm going to save my cherry bomb to try to mitigate any risk of that happening. Yeah, so you're gonna see I'm trying to... If there's a bad grave row, then I'll just plant a repeater in front of the cone head. It's not that slow. Yeah, so here the game is like, I hate you. We will stick a bucket head in the worst possible row, which means that our 50% rule is going to be obscenely slow. Yeah, sometimes the game does things like that to you. It's not always ideal. Alright, so now we'll cherry this and then do that. Okay, yeah, and that's 2-2. So after 2-2, we unlock something called the Fume Shroom. So, what the Fume Shroom does is, so this level introduces something called the Screen Door Zombie. The Screen Door Zombie, if you're just shooting normal P shots at it, it takes 60, I think it's 64 shots, same as a cone head, or no, same as a bucket head, which is very slow, but because there's a screen door shield that blocks the projectiles from hitting it. But the Fume Shroom will actually pierce through those projectiles, so it's a good answer to that. But a better answer actually to a screen door zombie in this level is the potato mine, because if we manage to predict where the screen door shield is going to spawn, then we'll be able to kill it instantly. Otherwise, it'll take 7 Fume Shroom shots to kill, which is a bit slower. And the way that we predict is basically zombies are less likely to spawn in the same row that they've just spawned in. So we kind of use that to sort of place a potato mine in, make an educated guess, play the odds to make sure that we plant a potato mine where we think that the screen door zombie will spawn in, but we didn't get it, so that is very common. So we'll have to plant a Fume Shroom. This is going to be a bit slower to kill than with a regular potato mine. Yeah, 50% rule is where you, it's basically what fundamentally makes speedrunning this game possible. Basically, you're able to advance the next wave by dealing around 50% of the damage to the current wave. Okay, and then this is Alright, so 2-4. It's basically Jerry's Dave just sold us our first upgrade, which is an extra seed slot. So before we only had 6 seed slots, but now we have 7, which lets us take an extra plant, which is very nice because now we can take the Grave Buster, which lets us get rid of these graves. You can see that the graves caused some problems in the previous level. In this level, we're also going to take Sunflower. The idea is we're going to basically plant 2 columns of Fume Shrooms, and then try to chomper as many waves as possible. And the Fume Shroom is better than the Repeater because it has infinite pierce, so it's actually able to kill every zombie that it hits, like in that particular row. Oops, I forgot that I'm not supposed to do that. Let's do this. Oh, that was only 6 shots. It's not a 50% rule. Oh, okay, we still got it somehow. Usually you don't need to use lawnmowers in these levels, but I kind of misplayed it, so it happens. In terms of the graves that we bust, what we'll do is... Basically, the closest graves are the column 9 graves are usually good to bust early. But also graves that let us plant firepower are also very important. But yeah, column 9 are good to bust because it lets you plant chompers. There are also pole vaulters in this level. The Grave Buster will let us, will actually cause the pole vaulter to jump, which is very funny because it's not like that plant can actually eat them. So you'll often want to save Grave Busters for situations like that. Oh, I should probably chomper it. I can't chomper, so it's unfortunate. Definitely chomper that. We don't have the sun to... Or the fumes to deal with it. We definitely try to chomper the next wave. Also, busting the graves gives us money, which is very helpful. We really like having money so that our run doesn't get killed. Alright, and so that's 2-4. So 2-5, it's is an auto scroller level. So basically it does not matter how quickly you hit these zombies with the hammer. Oh, this is whack a zombie. Hitting the zombies can give you sun, which lets us buy some of these plants on these up here. The main plant that we care about, the main plants that we will use are the Grave Buster and the Cherry Bomb. So what we're going to try to do is get a 3x3 grave layout with a hole in the middle. and then try to put our cherry there for the final wave. That's the only real speed optimization in this. The other thing is that busting these graves is a good source of money. So I guess I didn't explain money too well. Basically, there are 3 kinds of money. There are silver coins, which give us $10. There are gold coins, which are $50, and there are diamonds, which are $1,000, which we got. That's good. In a run, we want at least 1 diamond. This almost guarantees that we will get the plant that we want at the end of the run, which means our run's actually viable. Had a lot of runs not get enough money. But yeah, otherwise this level is an auto-scroller. There's nothing really that speeds this up. And if you're... The commentary is for a marathon that I'm doing later this month called ESA. I'm not actually going to be reading chat too much because it kind of... There's no chat at ESA that I read. So it's... I'll probably be kind of within the flow of the commentary, trying to like refine it, as opposed to interacting with chat. But I'll try to answer questions if I can. So then we'll plant the cherry at the right time. Mistimed it a little bit. It's fine. Alright, so this is 2-6. 2-6 is another prediction level, so we're going to take Potato Mine again. This level introduces the Football Zombie. The Football Zombie takes, I think, like 80 pea shooter shots to kill, so it's not viable at all to kill it manually. We have to use some kind of instant, so we're going to, again, try to predict where the... Football Zombie's going to spawn, but we also do have another solution, which is the Hypno Shroom. The Hypno Shroom does cost 75 sun, but what it'll do is it'll basically hypnotize the zombie, make it run the other way, and eat any zombies in its path. I think that this is a reasonable enough prediction. If we get like a cone head in the bottom, that'll be the worst. But... Make sure I have enough sun to hypno this. I'm gonna actually save my sun and let the lawnmower take care of this, and try to bust some of these graves down here. It's a little bit slower, but I think it's gonna pay off. The other thing is, the lawnmowers, if you have lawnmowers remaining at the end of the level, they actually give you money, so using too many of the lawnmowers can really hurt your money pace if you don't get a lot of diamonds. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is make sure we cherry the bottom here. And then we're going to try to save up for another Hypno for this guy. Okay, and yeah, that's 2-6. Alright, 2-7 is now we have a 2 flag level. We are introduced to this new plant, which is the Scaredy Shroom. So the Scaredy Shroom is basically a pea shooter, but if a zombie gets too close to it, it'll hide. And hiding is annoying, but if we plant our Scaredy Shrooms pretty far back, then it doesn't matter too much. It's just a very, very cheap pea shooter, it's only 25 cents. So because it's so cheap, it's incredibly valuable in night levels. So we're going to be taking it now, like, anytime we can, in any kind of nighttime level. Oh. So it's a little late to plant that, so it did get eaten. So we're going to just let this guy go to the lawnmower. Ah, yes. Conehead here. Conehead in this row is like the worst thing that could happen. I'm gonna put a third one of these guys here, because this row is always very annoying. This is what we call a 4-stack. You can't basically, they're out of range of your puff shrooms, so you can't. It's very hard to like quickly deal with any cone heads that are here. That's unfortunate. Alright, otherwise, the other thing we want to do is make sure we have our Hypno Shroom for the 19th wave, but otherwise there's not too much else going on, so we can this would be a good donation time. So this is I used it on the 6th wave. There's a 30-second recharge time for it, so I'm gonna hopefully it'll come back by the time I need it for the next wave. It might not, which will be very funny. Might lose a little bit of time with that. If there's a football, there isn't, so we're okay. Let's this guy. Stick a puff shroom right here. Okay, and that is 2-7. 2-8, it's another prediction level. This time the zombie we're trying to predict is the Dancer Zombie. The Dancer Zombie is very annoying, It can only spawn in the middle 3 rows, so and in the version that I'm playing, you can only get value out of the potato mine if it spawns in the ninth column. So we actually can't even do a prediction here, which is very funny. I mean, it's funny conceptually. It might not be that funny when it actually happens, or when this answer shows up in the run. But basically, the big issue with the Dancer Zombie is that it spawns backup dancers, one in front, one on top, one on bottom, one behind it. And the big issue is that the Dancer in front body blocks you from dealing getting a 50% rule on the Dancer. So that's kind of the annoying thing about it. And then it also will body block following waves as well. So. Yeah, so top things I need to buy are the Gloom Shroom. The Gloom Shroom is the top thing I need to buy. It is critically important to having a run that isn't bad. So I'm going to plant a lot more Scaredies in order to kill these cone heads, and then I'm going to need to plant this. So I need to plant a Scaredy here. And then I need to plant another Scaredy to make sure that Dancer dies. I really need that Dancer to die, otherwise this level can be a disaster. I want to bust this middle grave. That's a good high-value grave to bust for cherry spots. Is there a reason not to bring Fume? Yeah, it's way too expensive. I've tried bringing Fume in this level. It doesn't work. Alright. Yeah, so we'll cherry this. Unfortunately... Yeah, so that's 2-8. So 2-9 is similar to 2-7, except now we have a new plant called the Doom Shroom. The Doom Shroom is incredible. It basically kills all zombies in like a 5x5 radius. It does leave a crater, which is kind of annoying. The crater lasts for 3 minutes, which is an eternity in speedrunning time. But it's very good for the final wave because you're able to kill the final wave very quickly, instantly. So before we had to like finagle with judgment calls about like, should I plant a cherry here? Should I stack this row with firepower? But here we can just plant a Doom in the middle for the last wave, and everything's gonna die. It's fantastic. Oops, that was a little bit farther forward than I wanted, but that's okay. Did not survive, but that's okay. I'm gonna actually plant this here. Ever so slightly faster. Yeah, but otherwise, again, this is not the most... this level's kind of long, so I guess this would also be like a good donation time, probably, in an actual marathon. Okay. Got the... So fume shims are very good against dancer zombies because they'll pierce through the backup dancers. They're unfortunately a bit expensive, but they're pretty good. Ooh, this is very unfortunate. I don't have the Hypno. I used the Hypno a bit too early. I used it on that backup on the Dancer Zombie, which was completely unnecessary. Okay, and now we will see here the Doom Shroom for the final wave, which I'm busting this because I just want more money. But considering I have a diamond, my money pace is not actually good, or not actually that good, but it's okay. Yeah, the Doom Shroom clears out everything. Okay, so now it's 210. This is another conveyor level. Basically, it's going to use we get to use every plant that was introduced in the night levels. And what we're going to try to do is conveyor manipulate something called the Ice Shroom, which we never really used because, again, Ice Shroom will slow down zombies, so that's what this is. So we're gonna try to conveyor manipulate it up until the end. Okay. Kind of want to save this fume. Oh, I think this... Yeah, this guy's gonna die, so it's okay. Right. This is going to be a little slow. And you really want to get those football zombies, and then doom the final wave or the 9th wave. That's really good for getting a good 100% rule. Yeah, you can see the Doom leaves a crater that doesn't really disappear for a while. Oops. Probably should have done a little bit more. I'm kind of running out of Doom spots, which is always a funny problem to have. think this is the 9th wave. So the 9th wave, I will actually use the ice shrooms because they damage every zombie on the screen. So it's and I want to save my doom. So gonna plant some stuff here because then doom here. Alright, so now night is done. So the zombies have now given up attacking our front yard, so now they're attacking our backyard. Basically, our backyard this time has 6 lanes, and it includes a pool. Basically, the issue with the pool is that we need to plant a lily pad on the pool in order to actually plant anything on it. And you might be asking, hey, you had this thing called the puff shroom, which was a free pea shooter. Why are you taking pea shooter now? Well, unfortunately, our nighttime plants are now asleep during the day because they are nocturnal. So that is very unfortunate, so we need to actually take real daytime plants. This level is, you try to play it similar to 1A usually, but the issue is there are a lot more rows, so it's much harder to do so. So we'll, again, we're going to do kind of the similar ideas that we did in Day, which is to plant a lot of these walnuts in front of the graves, plant a lot of sunflowers, and then we'll try to chomper a lot of things here. Okay, I'll chomper this. It'll be a little bit faster than letting this pea shooter kill him. Chomper this guy. We'll save up for the chomper here in the pool. Chompers chew for 42 seconds before they stop chewing. And then these lawnmowers in the pool, right now they're actually useless. They don't really do anything for us. They don't actually kill all the zombies in that row, so we're gonna actually not use them. You have to get an actual upgrade in order to have those kill all the zombies in the row. I'm gonna try to make sure I catch all the zombies in that cherry. And yeah, that's so that's 3-1. So now we'll do 3-2. So 3-2. It's a 2-flag level, and we're introduced to another plant called the squash. So the squash is like basically it'll kill any zombie in front of it. It's like a chomper, but it's cheaper, but with a slower cooldown. Squash is excellent, and it can actually kill more than one zombie, so it is theoretically better than a chomper. It's more similar to a potato mine that doesn't have to arm, but slightly more expensive than a potato mine. So we're going to be... it really changes the dynamic of these levels here in pool. Especially because now all of the pool levels are going to be at least 2 flags. So what we're going to do is, in this level, is plant a lot of sunflowers. We're going to aim for about 20 here. And try to use instants whenever we can, but definitely try to also get a good amount of firepower down. Here I'm going to plant this here. I want to make sure that this potato mine arms in time for the next zombie that shows up. Otherwise it'll get eaten and it'll be kind of slow to deal with it. Yeah, so here we're getting some decent value out of our potato mines. Here we're going to plant a repeater. This will get us our 50% rule. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sacrifice it. Oh, the mine actually did arm in time. I didn't think it would. That was very close. Whatever happened, it was very close. This is an unfortunate wave. I'm not sure what the best way of dealing with it was, but this was a way that was kind of slow, unfortunately. I'm going to not squash. Actually, I will squash. Well, I can't afford the squash, so I could have cherried it. That might have been better. You always want to cherry the waves if you can. And yeah, so here we'll use the squash. It makes like a funny sound. I think if Easy Pig were here, he would probably demo that sound. And then yeah, now what we're gonna do is try to use an instant on every wave in this entire second flag. So try to chomper all of the high hit point zombies. Planting this kind of pattern will help save that potato mine. And yeah, the this zombie here was not part of the final wave, so by squashing that last zombie, I was able to. You don't have to kill the zombies in the previous wave in order to activate the final wave. Okay. 3-3 is going to be a very similar level. In fact, in the pool levels, we are going to generally try to take the same types of plants, or the same plants. This level is basically identical to 3-2, except it doesn't have bucket heads, and it introduces the snorkel zombie. So the gimmick with the snorkel zombie is that it will be underwater unless it's trying to eat a plant. So the only time it's vulnerable to pea shooters or repeaters is while it's eating. So this makes kind of an interesting dynamic with this level. It's not exactly straightforward to deal with them. We don't have necessarily the right plants to deal with them. But it'll be a fun challenge. Okay, and let's do the same thing as before. I think I can get away with the 7th column squash. And this should still arm in time, which didn't matter, I guess, so... And then, yeah, this guys might be slow enough that I might get I might have the lawnmower might kill someone. Yeah, so it's actually a little bit too slow, but it's fine. Okay. I may want to try to see if I can stall this guy a little bit more. Okay, good. Yeah, so a good way of dealing with these snorkels is to plant a sunflower. Then while it's eating it, it will try to it'll basically be vulnerable to getting shot by our pea shooters. Okay. So waves of regular zombies will usually try to bias towards putting repeaters down. I didn't realize that was the 9th wave. It's always a fun little mistake to make. Okay, let's oh, I don't have the cherry. Okay, so that's 3-3. So now we're gonna do 3-4. 3-4 is our first 3 flag level. Basically now instead of 20 waves, they're gonna be 30 waves, which is interesting. As such, what I'm going to try to do is bias a bit more towards planting repeaters rather than using too many expensive instants at the start. It makes the rest of the level much easier. And then also, occasionally, if you have enough money, which I should have had, but I think I used too many mowers, you'll be able to afford the 8th seed slot, which we would normally use to take Potato Mine, but because we can't afford it, I'm going to drop Potato Mine. It's a little unfortunate, but we'll manage. Hey, we got a mower kill. That's good. So we're gonna try to could squash this. I'm gonna actually save up for a repeater. That's gonna make things a little easier. There are also pole vaulters in this level, and pole vaulters are very annoying. So what I'm gonna try to do, in case a pole vaulter comes, let's just chariot, I guess. Yeah, my sun production is not great. Okay. And yeah, and then kind of this is also a good donation reading time because there's just not that much going on at this point. And I kind of need to focus. Ooh, this is something. I'm gonna actually do this. Oops. Oh, that's unfortunate. The pole vaulter hitboxes are kind of weird. Apparently I'm still not used to it after running this game for this long still. Oh, I missed this bucket head. Oops. Oops. All right. So so we're gonna buy something called the rake here. So what the rake is basically it'll kill the first zombie. The reason for not chompering that central bucket head was because it was the 18th wave, not the or the 28th wave, not the 29th. So it doesn't help with the 50% rule. But I should have. So the level here is all the zombies are small. And they actually have a lot less health. And what we want to do is count waves and make sure we have 2 cherries for the 9th, 19th, and 29th waves. This level allegedly has pea shooters in it, but we're not getting a single one of those, so that's interesting. Otherwise, this level kind of has auto-scroller tendencies, although it's not exactly an auto-scroller. And now we have the 9th wave here, so we're going to try to cherry everything in it. This is 10. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And yeah, now this is a little unfortunate because I don't actually have the cherry bomb that I need because I was a bit too aggressive with it, which happens. There we go. Yeah, 8th slot does nothing in this level, so that's why I got it. Now we'll get the 8th slot. And yeah, we're able to afford the 8th slot because of the lawnmowers, so that's why. So when we have the rake, it kind of changes the beginning of the level a bit because we know the first zombie is going to get killed for free using this rake. So what we can do is we can actually plant our potato mine immediately, and it will almost always arm in time. So we know a zombie isn't going to spawn here. And this level introduces the Zomboni. It's basically a vehicle that leaves an ice trail. Hopefully we never actually see it in this run, although we might. Anything can happen. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong place to put that. Yeah, now basically we're able to plant like so many instants kind of in a row. Yeah, as I said, it really changes the sort of dynamics of the level. At the start especially. Can I get this repeater out? Okay. Alright, 8. And 9. Ooh, this is very unfortunate. Let's I'm gonna squash this guy actually. I think I can get away with not. Okay, and then you can use a chomp. You can actually use a chomper on these Zombonis, which is really funny. I didn't use it there, but it's funny when you're able to do that. Oops. Alright, so that was 3-6. So 3-7 is another 3-flag level. It's still going to be the same plant selection. We're going to do kind of the same general thing as before with the rake. But yeah, basically, again, here, we're going to actually try to plant 2 columns of repeaters as well, but and maybe not use as many instants in the first flag. Do we use every single plant throughout the game? No. Yeah, so again, we're going to try to plant our wall of instants while we let this zombie go, while also getting our sunflowers out. Alright, hopefully this arm's in time. Okay, good. Very close. Okay, we're gonna use the mower to kill this. Oops, do not want to plant that there. That's okay. The lawnmower, it might have been faster to repeater that. I don't know. Probably, actually. This is a little bit sluggish. Oops. Okay, we'll sunflower here. Okay, we'll chomper this. It's probably better. Alright, and yeah, this would also be a good donate. This would have been a good donation time in an actual run. So yeah, Chomper can eat this Zamboni, which is very funny. Oops, I should have probably not that. Okay. Okay, so now we'll do a 3-8. 3-8 is similar to the others, except we're going to be introduced to the dolphin zombie. We will also buy the rake. The rake is critically important. For making the first flag more consistent. So the dolphin zombie, it's basically the pole vaulter of the pool, so it goes very fast. but it will jump over the first plant that it sees and then slow down substantially. It's much faster than a pole vaulter, actually. Okay, so here, I'm gonna do this. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay. I think I need a repeater here. That's gonna be the most important thing. I guess we can help that. Okay, then we do this. I'm gonna do this and then this. Then we have to, I think we have to, oh, we don't, okay, never mind, sorry. Okay, so 3-8, and now 3-9. It's another 3 flag level. It throws every single zombie at us, but we do have this plant called the Torchwood. So what the Torchwood does is it basically lights the peas on fire, which doubles the damage of that pea, and it does splash damage. So splash damage in this context is when you basically it does damage to all zombies in the tile. It does like half the damage. It does like half a P of damage to all the other zombies on the tile, so the repeater plus Torchwood is very powerful. It's going to be a very good combination for this level, particularly towards the end. We did have to drop Potato Mine, which is not great, but it's fine. And yeah, so the general strategy of this level is we want to be a little bit less aggressive with our expensive instants like Chompers and Cherries. Mainly Chompers. We want to actually get our repeaters because what we're going to see is 2 repeaters plus the Torchwood is really powerful for getting very good 50% rules in the 3rd flag. And it's able to kill Bucketheads relatively quickly. I'm going to even let this guy go to the mower. Okay, well, pole vaulters are really annoying, so we will squash them. Or jump them with this. I want to get my repeater out down here, though. Then, we will, do this. Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Should have probably not done that, because now I have to spend extra sun for a Chomper. And now I'm going to start planting Torchwoods whenever I can, which is not looking like it's happening. I don't have enough sun. Yeah, a lot of Bucketheads is actually very bad. Okay, now we'll plant our Torchwood here. You can see it, like, it's gonna obliterate this this guy here. I would actually want to plant it 1 column forward, but that's okay. Oh, man. I'm getting hammered by bucket heads. It's very annoying. It's preventing me from getting more repeaters out. Bucketheads lead to fast waves. Not quite. Not in 3.9. Okay, so 3.10 again. It's another conveyor level. We're going to be using all of the plants that we ended up not using in pool because we didn't really use any of the pool plants. The most important plant in this level is the three-peater. Basically, the three-peater is basically 3 pea shooters and a lily pad. It covers 3 rows. It's very powerful in this level, and it's built it's designed especially for pool. But we don't use it in runs otherwise because it's very expensive. It costs the same amount of sun as 3 pea shooters and a lily pad, which it turns out repeater is just a better use of sun. And what we really want are 3-peaters and Torchwoods. We're not really getting very good Torchwood luck. The Torchwood, when you set up your 3-peaters with all of the Torchwoods, the level goes by very quickly. If you don't have that, the level goes by very slowly. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, as we wait for me to get some Torchwoods, this would be actually a good donation time. Yeah, the level's gonna start hammering us with Zombonis, probably. Yeah, where are the Torchwoods? That is a great question. I've been wondering that myself. Another diamond is not a bad thing. Uh-oh. Alright, so 310 is done. So now, again, the zombies have given up attacking our backyard in the day, so they have now decided to attack it at night, so... The big problem with these levels now is these are fog levels, so because there's a pool, there's a bit more fog, and half of the level is going to be blocked by fog. It's not very fun to deal with it when you can't see. It's really hard to make decisions when you can't see. Yeah, and we don't have the rake here, so it is possible for this first zombie to spawn in a not great row. Alright, so basically we played this level without seeing a single zombie. We're also introduced to the Jack-in-the-Box zombie, which it has the potential to blow up. And destroy our plants. That didn't happen, fortunately. And then what we're gonna do in every final wave of this is Doom, so... and now we've unlocked the Plantern, so if we plant the Plantern, we're actually able to see through the fog, which is very nice. Oh, I was supposed to buy the rake, I actually forgot. Buying the rake is very, very nice in these levels, because particularly when you'll know where the first zombie is, it's just more information. And then there's a specific strat that we do with the rake. I'll do it in the next round. I'll probably buy the rake. I want to have it for 4-4 at least. But yeah, otherwise here what we're gonna do is try to get a Plantern out. Usually after, I think the idea is to get it out after 6 Sun Shrooms. The extra visibility is pretty important. Yeah, so now we can see half of the level, and now we actually technically have complete information here because we can see the top row, whether there's a zombie there. And we can see the bottom, so then if we can't see anything, but we can hear the peas firing, then we know that it's in this middle row, or not the middle row, but this second row. And now we can see everything, so that's cool. Okay. Want to squash, and then the main thing is we want to make sure we have our. Oh, whoops! I miscounted the waves. That's embarrassing. Okay, and now we will probably doom this. I think it's a little bit too late now to use the squash, I think, so I'm going to save it. You really need the squash in case there's a football in the last wave. I'm going to do this, and you shouldn't be afraid to dig up your sun shrooms. You're going to have a ton of sun in this level. This is the 9th wave, so we can do this. Yeah, and now we will doom the final wave. And night levels tend to be some of the fastest levels, just because you have the Scaredy Shroom and the Puff Shroom, so you're able to stack your firepower very, very well. Alright, I'm going to buy the rake here. So, I'm not sure in ESA if you're going to actually be able to hear anything. But basically, so... what we're going to do is plant 2 Puff Shrooms on the rake. That turns that row into a repeater, and it kills the first zombie very quickly. There's a chance that the second zombie spawns in a row that isn't covered by our Puff Shrooms, but it's not too big of a deal. And then in this level, we're introduced to this plant called the Cactus. The reason why the Cactus exists is because there's this zombie called the Balloon Zombie, which can fly over all of our plants. And the Cactus is supposed to be able to be the only thing that can pop that balloon. But the big problem with the Cactus is that it is the worst plant in the game because it's just very poorly balanced. It costs 125 sun, so it's more expensive than a pea shooter. So we're going to try to not use it as much as possible, which means we're not going to use it at all in this level. And what we're going to do with the balloon zombies, we're going to just literally let it go to the lawnmower. And it turns out that, and then there's going to be a second balloon zombie, but the second balloon zombie will be caught by the doom. So yeah, I planted 2 Puff Shrooms on here. The reason why is, one is that it's faster, but also it helps save the rake in case there's like a cone head in this row later. It's just a very nice strat for that. so this thing here, we're going to literally just let it go. There's a chance that you get a bad 50% rule, because the zombie has a little bit, or the balloon zombie has a little bit more health than a regular zombie. So it's possible that you kill it. If the regular zombie gets killed, you have to then wait for this balloon zombie to die before you get the 50% rule. It's really funny when that happens, but we got lucky here, because that didn't happen. And then this balloon zombie might be scary, but we'll just, it's gonna get killed with our doom. So that's a 4-3. 4-4 is now a 2-flag level, and we're given this other plant called the Blover. Oh, whoops, so not this. And the Blover is basically better than the Cactus because it will also clear out the fog, and it will also clear out all the balloon zombies. Oh, I didn't see where the rake was. I think it's right... Oh, I see it. It's right here. So you want to definitely plant 2 mushrooms on top of it. But because we don't have Plantern in this level, we're gonna basically be doing the first half of this level completely without being able to see anything. Yeah, we're gonna have to basically rely on audio cues in order to know where to plant stuff and where the zombies are. Okay, so now we will plant a couple of extra sun shrooms just so that we can use this blower. Okay, we have a lot of our setup still up, so that's very good. And we still have our rake, so like this this cone head could get killed pretty quickly. And definitely want to use our we'll doom that. Okay, getting hammered by bucket heads is a bit annoying, but it's fine. Okay, and so completing that level gets us the magic taco, which is the most valuable taco in the world because Crazy Dave is going to give us $1,000 for it. And now we'll do 4-5. 4-5 is a vase breaker. Basically, you break these vases. There are either plants or zombies in them. You use the plants in them to kill all the zombies in them. Oh man, I messed up. This is funny. So now we have to let this guy walk to the lawnmower. It's going to be very slow. So this is going to lose a good, good like 30, 40 seconds. Alright, so this level introduces the digger zombie. So to deal with the digger zombie, basically the gimmick with the digger zombie is that it'll dig its way all the way to the end of your level, and then eat the plants along the way back to the start. Which is not very cool. We don't really like that. So what we're going to try to do, which usually doesn't work out very well, is to predict where the digger's going to spawn with the potato mine. It usually doesn't work out very well when you do that. But because there are only 4 rows where the digger can spawn in, and a lot of the rows are sometimes going to get used multiple times by if they're like regular zombie waves and as opposed to cone heads. It's just a very inconsistent strat that really pays off in the optimal case. Otherwise, what we have to do is wait for the digger to get to the end and then squash it, which is slower. But yeah, I messed up that, and now the digger is doesn't really matter where the digger spawns, so we'll just reactively plant that. Okay, and then what we're gonna do for this last wave is plant a potato mine in there, because the potato mine will stall the digger. So we'll be able to keep it in range of our doom. And so yeah, that's 2 really good uses of potato mine in 4-6. 4-7 is a very irritating level. Because there are bucket heads, and we don't really have good plans to deal with bucket heads except for the Chomper. So we're going to take Chomper, we're going to try to plant a ridiculous amount of sun, and hope that we don't get any diggers, because diggers will absolutely kill this level. And really, if you get a spam of too many diggers, that will lose a lot of time. I'm gonna plant this extra sun shroom and get my visibility. Yeah, so you want to aim for like 14 to 16 sun shrooms, I think. And then what we're gonna try to do is chomper a lot of the waves that kind of show up. I haven't gotten any cone heads, I don't think. It's oh, we got a cone head in the worst possible row. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so no diggers yet. What I'm going to try to do is make sure I have a doom for any diggers in the 11th, 12th, and 13th waves. Here we have this bucket head, so unfortunately we will need to save up for a chomper. This is not good. Yeah, I didn't have enough sun to deal with that. That's very irritating. Alright, and so this digger here, it's fine. Let's chomper this. So what I'll do here for this digger is plant a puffshroom in a little bit. Oh, this digger is not great. Oh, right. Okay, and now we need to pay attention to where the digger is. It's up here. Actually, I'm gonna have to do this. Alright. That was unfortunate. Very unfortunate level. Whatever. Alright, 4-8 introduces us to the Pogo Zombie. It jumps over all of our plants, but it is still vulnerable to our P-shots, so what we'll try to do to get a 50% rule on it is to plant a Scaredy Shroom in the back row. Gets us a pretty decent 50% rule. Uh-oh. I have a little too many scaredies. Let's do this. I need to save up my sun for any doom, which I have, so it's good. Okay, and so that is 4-8. So the next level is 4-9. We finally have a plant that lets us deal with the bucket heads that are going to spawn. So we have the magnet. So the magnet is very nice. Blover. Oh, whoops, this is really bad. I'm supposed to take Scaredy instead of Squash. Hopefully we don't get punished too much for this plant selection. But yeah, so we now have magnet. Magnets will pull the buckets off of the bucket heads, which the bucket is worth like, I think 60 or 50 of the 64 hit points or something. It's ridiculous. So it's like an instant 50% rule when the magnet pulls the bucket off. So we are actually hoping for a lot of magnets. I think the bottom row is gonna go to the mower. Not exactly the worst thing, I guess. So the magnet will get us our very fast 50% rule. This is really, really unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, because I usually you take Scaredy Shroom, which gets you better 50% rules overall. But I did the wrong plant selection. Okay. So that's that is 4-9. 4-10 is another conveyor level. This is a very annoying one. So we're gonna again be introduced to the plants. There's no fog. What happens is the level is completely pitch black unless there's lightning, which lets us see what's happening. So here there's the sea shroom, which we've been using. It's basically the puff shroom of the pool. It usually costs nothing, so it's good. There's the magnet, which is very good. Then there's the star fruit. So the star fruit is an interesting plant. It's not easy to use intuitively because it doesn't shoot forward. It shoots in a star shape. So it shoots like diagonally up and down, and it shoots backwards and up and bottom. So it's little unintuitive to use, but it's a very good plant in aggregate, because when you have like a column of it, then you're going to be dealing a lot of damage pretty quickly. Yeah, so in this level we want magnets. Because they're going to be bucket heads at some point, and bucket heads are annoying to deal with without magnets. They're very slow to deal with without magnets, so getting these early magnets is a good thing. Okay. Yeah, there's also no music at all in this level. How much time does it cost? You lose about like 15 seconds or something. It's not ideal. I was hoping I could just get away with it, but if I got a lot of bucket heads, then 4-9 wouldn't have been that bad. Yeah, so here, so the other plants are the split pea. So the split pea is a pea shooter forward and a repeater backwards. So it's the intended mechanism for dealing with bigger zombies. That was a bit of an aggressive yeah, so kind of after you get like a lot of your firepower up, you can just plant your plants really aggressively in the front. Doesn't matter too much if they get eaten. Yeah, so this level kind of... I didn't get enough magnets for this level to be fast. But I do have a lot of firepower, which made it not the worst level. It made it not that slow, honestly speaking. So, yeah, and so that's 410. So now at 5-1, so the zombies have abandoned both our front and backyard, so now they're gonna try to come in through the roof through our chimney. So we're gonna have to stop that. And so you noticed one interesting thing is I took the puff shroom here, and you notice that the puff shroom is asleep, so it's actually like not gonna be doing anything. The reason why I took it is that it's free, and you're not able to actually plant anything on the roof unless you have these flower pots. And in this level, we can't replace our flower pots because we don't have that. We haven't unlocked that ability yet, or we can't plant new ones. So what I'm doing, the reason for taking puff shroom is basically there's a new zombie type that comes in called the bungee zombie, which can come in and just take one of your flower pots. And so the puff shroom is a nice free way to protect your flower pot if it's one that doesn't already have a plant on it. The other nice thing that this does is it lets you stall zombies from eating the flower pots, so that's also very valuable. This looks like pretty ideal RNG. Oh, I forgot to mention the jalapeno. The jalapeno is like a lawnmower, it clears out the entire row. And so yeah, here this puff shroom protected this flower pot from getting taken, so it's very nice. And then the other thing I took here is starfruit. So starfruit is occasionally useful in this level, because particularly in this kind of situation, you have these zombies on the edges. The starfruit, you have very limited space, so the starfruit will actually deal damage to the edges and get like a reasonably good 50% rule that way. Okay, and that's a really good ninth wave. So okay. So definitely jalapeno this. Let's do this. And let's do this then. Excellent. I do not. I'm gonna get Gloom. I'm gonna not get Rake here. So normally you would get Rake, but getting Gloom Shroom is a bit more important. So we'll just stick with this. So basically now we can plant more flower pots, and so the gimmick about the roof is that this bottom half is slanted, so if I planted a pea shooter in rows 1 through, or in columns 1 through 4, it wouldn't, the peas will not hit anything except the roof. It'll just shoot into the roof. And so the big issue is we can't really, so the game gives us catapult plants in order to actually plant stuff in rows in columns 1 through 4. But you notice in this level we didn't take any catapult plants. You did see that in the previous level we took cabbage pult, which let us do some damage, but here we're not taking that at all. So but yeah, so what we're going to try to do is we're going to actually play this level very similar to Pool, where we try to plant 3 columns of repeaters, and then 1 column of, and then try to instant everything else in the second flag. The big problem with this level, though, is that we're not gonna, you're not able to actually plant an instant unless you have a flower pot. I'm gonna sneak in another sunflower here. And then this repeater will kill this cone head. Okay, well, sunflower, we're gonna squash this guy. We'll chomper this. Okay, this should be a decently good 50% rule already, so we'll do this. Okay, and then we will chomper this. Okay, alright, let's cherry this. Oops, this is not great. Alright. Yeah, the final waves of this, of 5-2 are very, very annoying. In 5-3 it's kind of the same level, except it introduces also the ladder zombie. And the ladder zombie is Basically, it runs very fast, and it has a ladder that's similar to a screen door. It protects it from getting... It protects it from getting shot with repeaters, so we kind of have to... if we had the fume, that would be nice, but... doesn't quite work out. We can't really get fume yet, because it'll be asleep. Okay. And yeah, again, I didn't take rake. I maybe could have tried buying rake here, but I didn't, so... I really want a repeater out, so we'll get that out. So I should have planted the flower pot. I don't know why I didn't. Okay. Okay, that's the first flag, and so here we're gonna get the second flag, which will have this. I want to probably sherry this. We'll do that. Oh, I thought I could save that potato mine. Okay, and again, here the last wave is always tricky. That final wave was pretty good. Okay, so this level, we're gonna pivot strategies completely, so we will get the rake because we can afford it. And we're going to take what's called the Gloom Shroom because we've unlocked this new plant called the Coffee Bean. What the Coffee Bean does is it lets us actually wake up nighttime plants. And so then we bought earlier the Gloom Shroom. What the Gloom Shroom does is it lets us... so it's an upgrade on top of the Fume Shroom. So as you recall, the Fume Shroom, it shoots basically around 5 tiles and does infinite pierce. The Gloom Shroom will upgrade it so that it shoots only in a 3x3 radius, but it'll also have infinite pierce. And so if we plant these close to the front, we're going to actually get really, really fast 50% rules. So the strat I will do here is... so what we did also is we took pumpkin. So pumpkin, basically it turns your plant into a walnut. So it's not able to get eaten very quickly. It takes like 30 bites or something before the pumpkin gets eaten. So if we take pumpkin and we put our glooms in the 9th column, then what we'll do is we'll be able to basically have a really powerful solution to all the zombies that are there, especially normal zombies. So we're prepping our gloom here. So then we'll wake this up, and then you'll see it start to do a lot of damage to this guy. So it's 4, 8 already, so we're already at 12 hits. So it's really powerful. And then regular zombies get killed super quickly by it, so... So one issue with this level is we don't have any, like, we don't actually have any plants that protect us from the pogos. The pogos will jump over all our plants and kill us. So we need to really make sure that we have some plants that can help with dealing with those pogos. So this I think isn't even gonna work. Oh, it did kill it. I'm surprised, actually. And then ladder zombies actually will climb over our pumpkins, so that's it's actually kind of nice, particularly for vulnerable pumpkins, because now no zombies will bite it. Instead, they'll just go over the ladder. So it's actually really good that that happened for this pumpkin in particular here. That's very weak. So. Okay, and then I'm gonna not doom this wave. Okay, right. It wasn't even the 9th wave, so... but yeah, these, we also start so we also start getting footballs in this level, which, cause problems. Yeah, now you're gonna see kind of the real power of these 9th column, glooms. Oh, I'm not gonna have my Gloom back. That's really bad. I planted my Doom back. I planted the Doom a bit too late. So now we can Doom. Okay. And yeah, so that's 5-4. So 5-5 is the worst level in the run. Basically, it's a conveyor level where you have 4 plants. You have flower pot, pumpkin, then chomper and cherry. So your only offensive plants are chompers and cherries, which makes it very annoying. So like, for example, I have this zombie here. The only thing I can do to kill it is to plant a chomper here. The 50% rule does apply. You can kind of be more or less aggressive, depending on how... you can plant your chompers a bit further back to be a little less aggressive, or you can plant them further forward to be more aggressive. It's a bit of a playstyle thing. And usually we want to try to, we often want to try to, we want to try to manipulate like flower pots and pumpkins so that we get like the more useful plants, but it's it doesn't always work out. So I'm being a little aggressive here in general, a little more aggressive than I'm usually comfortable with. So I'm gonna slow that down. And yeah, you can see I really don't have a lot of plants to deal with things. So this level gets very sketchy very quickly. Okay, then Sherry here, because this is the 9th wave, so we need to do 100% of the damage. So I'm going to try to do my best to have a few cherries. Okay, this is risky. Using that cherry there is very risky. We'll see if I die here. You really want to have some cherries for the final wave. think we're golden. Okay, that was pretty good, honestly. Alright, so this level introduces two things. It introduces the catapults. Catapults will squash our 9th column glooms, so we're gonna plant our glooms in the 8th column. The other thing it introduces is the garlic. Garlic makes what garlic does is it'll redirect the zombies, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the future code where you type future, and what that does is this makes the zombies change lanes faster after it eats the garlic, so it's actually a speed optimization. You can see it, they now have these very cool sunglasses. Whoops, let's go here. So you'll see kind of how we're going to use the garlic. Basically, we're going to plant a gloom in the middle of the 8th column, and then we will plant garlics on the sides to basically redirect all of the zombies into the glooms. We want the squash here. Wave 6. I think wave 7. Wave 8. And wave 9. Oh, I'm not gonna. I don't need to doom this. This is gonna be a fast wave anyway. So we're gonna see catapult zombies show up at some point. Ideally, if it's on the edge, we want to squash it like this. Gotta rush out that, you have to really rush out that flower pot in order to get that quickly. Let's doom this. Ah, no! Aww. That dude missed that guy. Obviously it would, but... And then we can now doom all the final waves. I think I need to buy rake here. So this is now a 3 flag level. It's kind of the same thing, except we also have bungees and ladders, which are very annoying. But otherwise it's going to be kind of the same. So what we're going to do is keep the future code on, redirect the zombies into the glooms. The other thing you need to watch out for is to make sure that it's possible for the bungee zombies to take your glooms, which is like the worst thing that could like ever happen to anyone ever. But so you need to watch out for that. You need to prep either dooms or squashes to save your stuff. Or if you back up your glooms, if you have 2 glooms and 2 fumes to help deal damage to that with that gloom, then then it's also enough to kill the zombie. This should need 2 more sun. This is a little scary. Okay. I'm gonna even plant this here to be safe, because I got a bad global cycle. Didn't matter, it would have died. So we'll squash this. Okay, and then squash that. So I need a gloom here. Uh-oh. I really hate it when this happens. Oh, no. Okay. Because this gloom in the middle is already pretty weak. Alright, let's get another doom out. Then... Oh man, I should have used the other doom. I should have known better than that. So that's 8, and then this should be 9. Oh, I shouldn't have planted this. Okay. So 5.8 introduces a very big difficulty spike, which is the Gargantuar. So the Gargantuar takes 150 hits to kill, or 2 instants, it's a lot of hits. So what we're gonna do for the Garg is we're gonna do a Squash Doom combo. For it. So the first flag is going to be a little different. We're not going to doom. We're definitely not going to doom the 9th wave. We're going to try to either squash it or just do nothing. Just let the glooms kill it. Okay. This guy's a little fast, so I'm a little bit scared. Hello? Yeah, it's not gonna work. That's unfortunate. Okay, so in this case, yeah, we'll squash this. Sometimes you do need to put a garlic in front of your gloom. Because you need to protect your glooms at all costs, so sometimes you're just forced to do that. This is 6, so we'll get another gloom out. Oh no, this is 7, sorry. This is 8. And then this should be 9. Okay, this will be a fast wave. So we'll get our Doom out, and we're prepping this Doom because on the 11th wave there's going to be a Garg. There's a scripted Garg in this wave. So what we're going to do is we're going to need to squash it and then Doom it. So we got to pay attention to where the Garg spawns. So we'll squash it. And then we're going to wait a little bit to Doom it. So that we can try to catch these guys with the Doom and get a faster 50% roll, which we did. So that's very cool. All right, let's rush out a Doom right now. I want to be able to Doom the 9th wave if I can. I think that's the last time I can use that squash. 7. Is this 6 or 7? I'm not sure entirely. 8. I think I'm gonna not Doom I'm very worried about not having the Doom back. Yeah, I'm gonna hoard this Doom and just let these guys die naturally. I planted this one wave too late. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Alright, so that's 5-8 done. And so now we'll do 5-9, which is like by far the hardest level to execute in this run. The reason why it's hard is we have bucket heads and we aren't going to be able to take garlic. We have to take magnet to deal with the bucket heads. As a result, our glooms are a lot more vulnerable. So it's a very, very tough strat. So I think I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna plant the 9 sunflowers and 2 squashes, probably. We'll see. We'll see after the 8th sunflower how things are shaping up to be. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just plant a second squash here, just because I really don't want to have to deal with it. Just a much safer way of doing it. Okay, we'll let this Gloom kill this Conehead. We'll do this. Okay, this is like the most annoying thing that can happen, where you have this cone head that spawns in your gloom row, and you have to do this in order to salvage to make sure your gloom doesn't die, because it is crucial that your gloom doesn't die. We'll squash this. Uh-oh. Yes, those are some very unfortunate spawns. Okay. So yeah, we plant this magnet here. We really need the magnet, because it's gonna be the only real way to deal with the bucket heads. I think this magnet should come off. Okay, good. Okay. I think that planting that flower pot was a mistake, but it didn't punish me, so it's okay. And what we're going to do now is try to back up as many of these fumes as we can. And then we'll try to get another, I want another Gloom, so let's, sorry, we'll squash this. Oh, that was silly. Okay. And it is possible to get like an extra Garg, so I'm gonna plant this Doom just for safety purposes in case that happens. Okay, we got the magnet. This is wave 5. I'm gonna hold off on I'm not gonna plant another Doom. Seven. That was very unlucky, but at least it was that wave and not the wave after. Slightly better, because now I should have the squash off cooldown at some point. Okay. Alright, so that's 5-9. We got through the hardest level of the run. So now we'll do 5-10. So 5-10 is the final level of adventure mode, which is Dr. Zomboss. So basically he's this big zombie in a mech suit, and you're only able to damage him when he's leaning down. Otherwise he'll just throw zombies at you, but you can't actually damage him. Every time he bends down, we call that a cycle, and it is possible to beat him in... Ideally, we want to beat him in 3 cycles. It is possible to do 2 cycles, but that is very, very, very unlikely. We have Melon Pulse. Melon Pulse are a very good plant. They, in general, they do 4 pea shots of damage, although they fire at half the speed of a pea shooter. But they're very good in general when you're playing casually. I think if everyone who played this casually probably used them in their casual playthrough. I'm gonna. So what I want to do is, you want to the only real way to do damage to Zomboss is to use the jalapeno. So where basically that's 1 cycle. You want to make sure that his health is not above 20% and below 50% for more than 2 cycles. So I kept him under 20% very deliberately, because it is possible to get something called a hell cycle, which is basically a potentially infinite cycle. It can last between 10 seconds to like 10 minutes. It's one of the worst things about this. About this boss fight. And I actually do want to try to keep his health under 50%. that results in him having a otherwise he'll throw a van, which is much worse than him doing the bungee here. So... And this is usually faster. I want to avoid using jalapenos and ice shrooms as much as possible, so I'm gonna, like, it's definitely worth it to let some of these zombies get eaten if you have to. Yeah, and so I'm really trying to get the 3 cycle here. Getting the plants to do it, and I have a lot of damage, so the plants also damage Zomboss. Yes, we got it. Alright, we got the 3 cycle. This is a really good 3 cycle too. So that was a very good clutching PB. So that was yeah, so that's the run, and then after that run we're blessed with this awesome end credit scene. So yeah, thanks for the GGs. Yeah, and yeah, so that's the end of the run. Shoutouts to the PVZ Discord, ESA, who's going to let me showcase this. Yeah, and thanks everyone. Yeah, thanks for the GGs. Yeah, this is a new PB. Yeah, you can lose like over a minute if you have to do an extra cycle. Yeah, I think I might start, for this I might like compare with balanced PB, but yeah. Got some really good golds this run. 5-1, 3-3, 3-1. 3-1 was really good. 2-10, and 2-6. I had a 32-20 day. That's hilarious. I don't think this moves me up the rankings, but it's a pretty sizable PB. Oh, it does move me up. It puts me to 17th.